Hello, this is 9th of August, and the business part of our app, we have created the landing page and the form for collecting the feedbacks and user registrations, and the website is live. Let me just walk you through. This is the landing page, simple enough. This is the form to collect feedbacks. Then this is the pricing page about the price that we are going to set for our product. And then get started. There is this headline, we are still in development, and this is the form to sign up for our project through user email. And we are collecting these emails and feedbacks in Form Spark that we can use and analyze later on. Okay, so this was about the business model. Now coming to the interesting part, we will build the whole application now. So I told you we are going to build this in pieces in microservices. So we are going to pick one microservice first, then we will move on as we move forward with the progress. So let me just open and explain some things. This was the initial plan. This is done. This was about publishing the website. This is done. I don't need this anymore. Okay. Okay, so starting out with, we are going to build the project now, and we are going to do this in microservices. So we will build one microservice, then another as we move on. So let me just rewrite all those microservices. The AI, then the reverse proxy, or you can say load balancer, the auth service, then payment service. Then we had our API service. What else? Uh, Let me just check what proxy. Yeah, just the front end is left. Then, of course, supporting connections like cache, databases, and PubSub. Okay, so these are the things that we are going to build. So let's pick the AI first. Okay, then we will decide what to build next. Probably after this, we will build proxy or auth server. Okay, so we will get started with the AI now. So let me explain you about the AI. So first it's going to be called Bright.ai. Okay, Bright AI. And this is going to be uh, integrated in task editor. And secondly, most importantly, it is going to be integrated in task breakdown. So I was thinking that this is the main thing to do. This is like the secondary use. So I might skip this one for now. Maybe I will build this later in the next version of the application. Okay. So this is important. This is what we are going to build. And yeah, this is mostly it. The major part of this AI is to break down the task descriptions into to-dos. This is the main application of our AI model in our app. Okay, so we are going to plan like how we are going to train this AI model. So there is this basic uh, development life cycle that we follow in AI development. So there are like majorly one, two, three steps, maybe three, four steps. Okay, so first is data collection, then we do data processing, then we set parameters, or I can say training parameters, or there is this additional step here called feature planning. I'll explain all of these one by one. Then training parameters, and after that, finally, model training. Then there are some extra steps like uh, quality analysis or testing accuracy. These are like the major steps on a higher level, and there are like sub steps between these. So let's discuss them one by one. So this is like our AI development flow. Okay, so let's start with each one of them. First is data collection. So data collection is basically the process of gathering the data, the relevant data from different sources. Like there are different data sets available. For example, if we take our case, we need the data from productivity sources. These can be, productivity books or blogs, relevant ones, or these could be, transcripts of videos, relevant videos. Okay, so the first step is to gather the raw data. Okay, now the problem is These are easily available, like not easily, but these are feasible. I can, explore a range of books that I can get my hands on in the PDF format or something. Then I can extract the text from here that can be used to train the model. Then for blogs also, I can do web scraping to get the text from these blogs and use it to train our AI model. Transcripts is also not hard. I can, find YouTube videos and then convert, or I can say extract transcripts from them. Okay, now the problem is, uh, I can do this, but this is helpful, uh, but I need specific data. Okay, for example, the major goal is to, we will have a task, some task, and then we need subtasks. Like this, the big task was broken down into three, four subtasks. We need this kind of data, which is, I guess, not easily available. There are rare chances that this kind of data set is available. So I will have to use some, you know, approaches, some algorithms or something to take this kind of data and then convert it into tasks and subtasks. I can, you know, manually generate this data set because this is the format that I need to train my model upon, because this is the type of predictions, sorry, that I need from my AI model. Okay, so this is the challenge for now. That how will I create these tasks and subtasks? I can take help of Chat GPT, but uh, I just researched around. So for base level, I need 1000, 1000 to 5000 data data points. Basically, I want 5000 of these task and subtask examples. And for, a good good level of accuracy, I need 10,000 to 15,000 data points. Okay, this is the real challenge for me. But yeah, data collection is, you know, this is all related to our application, but basically data collection is the process of collecting relevant data from different sources. For example, the blogs, transcripts, books, whatever is available based upon the relevancy and what you are building. For example, if you are building something like we take a very basic example of weather app. The weather data is available everywhere. The weather data set, you can pick it up for 10, 20, 25 years of data set on weather, and you can train your model upon that. But this is the kind of data that we need for our use case, and which is harder to, get easily. No, I just believe no one has this kind of data set available on the internet. I will just research around still, but most probably I will have to build this data set on my own manually, maybe using this data or maybe writing it or using ChatGPT or something. Okay, so this was the first step, data collection. Now the second step was data processing. or you can call it data cleaning. Okay, so data cleaning is basically, you know, gathering relevant data from raw data. Okay, so for this we go through some processing. So in the data processing, we have two things. Before training the model, we have data pre-processing and we have post-processing. Okay, so in the pre-processing of the data, we basically take the data. Okay, uh, you can say just a second, let me think. Pre-processing. Wait, I had some references available. Let me just go through them. I just had some, basically I used ChatGPT for my research. So actually pre-processing is the, this data cleaning part belongs here, or maybe you can do it separately. But data processing is basically the majorly it is data cleaning. So some of the things here don't have a, clear line between them. It can be pre-processing, post-processing, but basically they all come under the data processing. So pre-processing, it is like basically data cleaning, then tokenizing the data or tokenizing and basically data cleaning by reducing data set or splitting the data, maybe splitting data in parts for training and testing. Okay, let me explain these one by one. So tokenizing the data basically means uh, if we have a line here, hello world. So to train our AI model, these words cannot be directly, understood by our AI model or our algorithm. So we convert this into tokens. Now token basically means assigning some values to these characters or words. For example, I can assign 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, 62, 12, sorry, not 12, 22, 19, like this. I can assign certain values to the each word so that it can be easily used by our algorithm to train our AI model. Okay, because these words directly they cannot be understood by the computers. That's why we need to convert it into numbers. So basically, this is the part which is called tokenization. Tokenization. Okay, then data cleaning. This data cleaning meant, uh, taking out irrelevant data. But this data cleaning here means, for example, if we have a table of data, and we have certain columns like uh, serial number, then we have text, then we have review, and so on. So, for example, this serial number is not for our use, so we can remove that. And for example, these reviews, there are some entries which does not contain reviews. For example, this is a video and sorry, the text here from a video or something, and it does not contain any review. So we can uh, remove such entries from our data which have incomplete information, which can decrease the quality of our AI model. Okay, those kind of data is removed in data cleaning. Then splitting the data means if we have a data set of 5,000, 50,000 records, it is divided into two parts. Usually it is divided in 80 and 20, 80 for training and 20 for testing. So basically we on the 80% of the data, we train our model, and the remaining 20 is used to test the accuracy of the model, just to see if the AI model is working as expected or not. Okay, so this is the data pre-processing. Then post-processing also involves uh, multiple steps, but basically some of them are, when we want to create a very robust model, we use post-processing. But in our case, we will just skip it, like it's fine. We don't want 100%, 95, 98% accurate model. We just need to test things out. Okay, so for post processing, I'll still explain there are some steps like confusion metrics, or then we have, like, there are these kinds of steps. I also don't remember. So this basically means that uh, our data that we are using to train the model should be, very uh, high quality. This ensures the quality of the data that we are putting to train our model. This increases the robustness of our AI model, and it makes it more interpretable. Okay. For example, you might have seen sometimes that some AI model, like some small AI models, or maybe Chat GPT 1 or 2, if you have used it 2 years ago, it was like some responses were not interpretable. Like we asked something and it used to say something else. Okay. So these kind of qualities, we like do data processing for that. Okay. So uh, this is the part The data collection and data processing is the part which ensures the quality of our AI model. Okay. A feature planning is also a part of data processing. It maybe comes under pre-processing or post-processing. I guess it comes under pre-processing. So feature planning is like what features can be built by using the data that we have. Okay. So basically we go through our data, for example, this kind of data, and we like there is a term called feature engineering, which means we take a look at this data and we plan out what features can be built. Like if I have here a product and review, I can, come and say that we can create a feature which, you know, uh, takes a product information, then it can predict what kind of review it will get, whether it will going to be a positive impact or a negative. Okay, so this is basically the feature planning. Now coming to the training parameters. Now the training parameters means basically it is what it says in the heading. It is the parameters defined to train our model. So basically here we define the batch size of the training, the epochs, the algorithm to be used, whether it is reinforcement or neural network. Okay, so basically, this is the part where we set the parameters to make the most out of our AI model. Then finally, the model training, where actually our model is trained after all these steps from the parameters that we have fixed. We train our model, then we get the weights of our model. Weights of the model is generated, which can be used in production. Okay, now that our model is trained, we get a folder basically which contains the model weights. Okay, now these weights can be, can be used to generate predictions, and we can, send input text to these weights and take the generated predictions through an API. Okay, then the sixth part is like basically whatever the model have, whatever model that we generated, we basically test it out to ensure the quality, like if it meets the quality that we expected or not. So this is a cyclic process. First we collect the data collection, then we process the data processing, then we set the training parameters or we tweak it, then finally we train our model then we do model testing, and then it goes on and on. Then we might, you know, collect more data or some add some additional steps in the data processing. Then we tweak our parameters, generate the model again, test the model again. So this is a cyclic process. This is the uh, development life cycle of AI model. Okay, this is what used in, you know, a term called ML ops, which basically means ML plus operations. Okay, so in ML ops, we so basically have different pipelines. For example, this is for the data collection, and this is for the data processing. We basically have different pipelines like you know, for example, the chat GPT. We are constantly collecting more and more data, and when we have data we have more data, we basically feed it back into the system, and we just leave it on the pipelines to, you know, after collecting the data, we give the input here, then it automatically triggers the, you know, data processing, then training parameters, and so on. Okay, so basically ML ops means machine learning plus operations. Okay, so these are the steps we are going to take to train our AI model. Okay, starting with the data collection, I will have to do research on this. So basically, I will collect these PDFs and I'll just make a script for web scraping. Then I'll see if I need these transcripts or not. And finally, I will have to uh, use this kind of data to train the model. So my initial plan is to, you know, first we are going to use brute force, like take whatever is available to train the model, whether it is the PDF or the blogs or the transcripts. Second is we check the performance, and obviously it is going to be very poor. And now we will optimize our model. Now that we have all the steps available, we can, you know, change our data sets. We can basically swap our data set, maybe tweak the parameters and train the model again on this. Okay, so basically we are optimizing here. Okay, first we will build an infrastructure, like what are the steps, how we are going to, you know, train the model. Then finally, once we have a complete process of building the AI model, we are going to change the data set and optimize it. Okay, this is the process that we are going to follow. Obviously, we are going to do this in Python and preferably in Jupyter notebooks. Okay, no, Jupyter notebooks is like better than Python scripts, because, you know, every time we run the scripts runs from starting to end every time we run it. But in Jupyter notebooks, we have different cells, cell 1, cell 2, and if we are here in cell 3 to run the application, run the new cells here, C4 and C5. We don't need to run it again and again for C1. If we were on C3, we can simply just execute the next block. Okay, because feeding the data here, then processing the data is a long process. And if we are doing this again and again, it will waste so much time. For example, if it takes 2 minutes to reach to step 3, then again we add a line here, then we run this again, then we wait for 2 minutes, then we run this again for some new change C5, then we wait for another 2 minutes. Okay, so this is very problematic. That's why we use Jupyter Notebook to, if we are on C3, we can just simply execute C4 without running these again. Yeah, this is the overview. Okay, so we will begin by data collection, and I will do this on my own because it is just a lot of research part and everything. Once I have all this data, we will continue to, start the data processing where we will actually write the code. Yeah, that's all. So we are going to start with the AI model now. So today is the last day of the week, Friday, and we will start the next stream from Monday. So in the meantime, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will probably have this data to train the model. And from the Monday, we are going to start from here data processing. Okay. So my aim is on Monday to do data processing. Like this is also not a very big step here. So on Monday we can do data processing as well as, yeah, basically we can let's see. I am hoping to do the whole model training on Monday because these are very small steps for our use case. I just want a initial, release a version 1 of our AI model so we can improve further on. Okay, so on Monday we will create our version 1 of this application. Okay, that will be all for today. I just wanted to give the overview of this AI, and we are on the right speed and on the right track. So I'm hoping maybe we will be able to complete this project even before the, uh, fixed date, the deadline. Okay, so nobody joined, I guess, but thank you for joining. Signing out.